Hello and welcome back to East 4, the Mask of the Sun. Last time, well, we had problems. Let me give you a little refresher on that. So yeah, bad things have happened to Lilia, unfortunately. And now we're just gonna have to find a way to deal with all that. Unfortunately, there aren't exactly many clues on how to bring Lilia back to walking around with the rest of us. But maybe the power of the ancients holds some keys or whatever. We'll just have to see. Oh, hello, Lisa. A warning to caretakers. Never yet let your angelic godlike being fall into a bad crowd. The kind that casts spells or has blind, all-consuming ambition or lust for power. And she just ran right through us. Now, before we deal with that necklace, which, by the way, looks a lot like Fina and Rhea's necklaces, there's something we really need to get down in here. And the hero shield is finally ours. Not a gigantic boost in defense, but we take what we can get in East. Now we need to go back and get Lilia and see what we can do. She should still be up here, for reasons that are obvious. Why not? Okay, the revival chamber is actually behind a locked door we passed earlier in the Silver Citadel, so we'll just warp right there. As soon as I realize that I can warp right there, I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, there I go. It takes me a little while to figure some things out in this video. I really shouldn't do these recordings so early in the morning, I guess. Now, in modern games, you'd probably have to evade things, but not so in East 4, the Mask of the Sun. Because Adol is good at kicking monsters to death, apparently. Even with his arms full, unable to use sword or shield, his boots can take care of the rest. Yeah, so many monsters. Not even East 1 and 2 had this kind of monster density. Which was a shame, because if it did, then the Falcon Idol would be more useful. What is that? What did they build down there? Okay, this is where the hole comes in, because this is the same place where Lisa was revived much earlier in the game. So how did Eldiel even get in here when we hadn't revealed the ancient city yet? Did he have a service entrance or something? Okay, unlike the escort missions in East 1 and 2, Lilia cannot take damage, so we can just fight as we like. If we need to fight, that is. Which is very likely. Yep. Well, isn't this a fine how do you do? As anyone who's played Othenfelgana knows, Adol does not take falling damage. Well, there's no way out of this sub-basement. Unless, of course... Well, say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah! I knew we can count on Dogy. Hold on, wait just a second. Dogy just punched through a wall of a city built by an ancient race of godly beings that held nearly unfathomable power. Is anyone going to address this? No? Guess they figure it's just Dogy being Dogy. Well, I would say that Lilia is good at putting herself in danger. Yeah, it's not like we're going to die like those 5 times previously. Experience always needed. Well, it looks like Karna and the village militia have fought their way into the city of the ancients. Yeah, you're missing Dogy. Well, I hope he's okay. And just regenerate a bit, because Iris Tower will hurt a lot. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't expect to find anything down there. Okay, the Iris Tower is on the far left side of Silver District, Silver Citadel D. And with the key we can now enter. I won't be properly tackling the Iris Tower this time around, just in here to get something and get a little information. Because I can't really tackle it properly yet. There are a couple of switches I need to turn on. Well, okay, one big one. And the hero armor is ours. There's still one tier of equipment we're going to get, but it won't be until after we beat the Iris Tower boss. And it will only be really used for one boss in the game. Transformed into demon? Well, I guess we know who's boss here. Dallas! That's right, a surprise attack from Dallas. No. The thing about Ys is that villains that Adol kills tend to stay dead. Okay, here's where we're going to fumble about for a couple of minutes as I try to go somewhere that I actually can't get to from here. So I'm going to talk about something. Now, I have a lot of gold from doing all this, but nothing really to spend it on, because any items I can get right now are actually not useful for things that I want to use them against. You see, there are 3 items I could have bought that I've passed up, that act like some of the use items in Oath and Falgano, or even Wanderers. One of them freezes enemies if you use it, one of them deals damage to all enemies on the screen, and the last one gives you temporary invincibility. However, as far as I'm aware, none of these items actually work against bosses, so there's no real point in buying them when most of the random enemies in this game are fairly trivial. It is one of the weaknesses of Mask of the Sun that pretty much the only attack that you really want to use against bosses is Adol's basic sword attack skills. There's nothing as useful as the magics from Oath and Falgano, or the functions of the 3 swords in Ark of Nepishtim. Pretty much the only worthwhile thing you can use against bosses is Adol's basic attack. And I think that's a bit of a problem for a game that's that came out many years after the original Ys 1 and 2. You can keep the bump system if you want, I really do like it. But there does need to be some variety involved. It even has a bit less variety than Ys 2 because of how feeble the attack magics are in this game. There's really only one place where using attack magics might be slightly useful, but using it there is actually kind of tedious. Aside from the grinding, that's my biggest complaint about Ys 4, The Mask of the Sun. Okay, that's when I realized where I actually need to be. And I should be coming up on it pretty soon. This is the path I took to the Resurrection Chamber, and it'll take me back to where I need to be. Because Lilia was technically sacrificed, we can turn the power back on to the Iris Tower. God, that thing. That doesn't look like a proper power generator to me. Well, anyway, see you next time on Mask of the Sun, where we take on the Iris Tower.